There are two types of people on this planet. Those who do not like Gen 2 of Pokemon, and those who are correct. Gen 2 was incredible. Oh, but all the Pokemon they were like very weak stat-wise. I don't care. I'm gonna use the same 3 Pokemon anyway. If they didn't want all of our teams to look the same, they wouldn't have given us a shiny Gyarados. Gym leaders are some of the most memorable in the series. Later on in the series, the gym leaders start to get more and more memorable because they start focusing on that more. But for like the amount of screen time to amount of memorable they are, they're probably one of the highest rated like gym leaders. Everyone kind of debates about how good the region itself is. I think it's like the best Pokemon region. Maybe not like the best and stuff, but like I see almost no flaws with it. It's like a perfect amount of backtracking, but by that point you already have the fly ability, so you don't have to like run back, which defeats like the entire purpose of people hating backtracking. I loved it. It actually felt like a world that I could get like lost in the best way. It's one of the last times the games feel like they like lead up to the legendaries. I know some people are like, it didn't lead up at all to the legendaries. I don't know about you, they're some of the most memorable legendaries because of the lore behind them. Either the ascent of the tower or like going into the depths of the caves, whichever legendary you got, it felt like such a big buildup that we just don't get in later games, because normally they just plop the legendary right in front of you and they're like, all right, use your Master Ball. It actually felt like you earned it. It felt like you were experiencing something special because you like climbed something or went to the depths of something that just feels so like hidden and isolated away from the rest of society that it feels like you're experiencing an actual, you know, legendary event. I have no idea whose idea it was to like take that part out of legendary encounters. Like, who decided that we shouldn't have this big epic ascent to like the top of this thing? That's what makes them feel cool. Every time a legendary gets like plopped right in front of me and I have to go search for them, I'm like, no! I get why they don't just make like a massive Pokemon game that has like all the regions and stuff, but like that doesn't take away from the fact that like combining 2 regions into one game was awesome. It sounds like an obvious broken record thing, but the fight with Red at the end is like one of the most iconic moments in all of gaming. From start to finish, even in hindsight, I played it again recently, like it feels like a complete experience. It feels like it's like captures the thing of Pokemon that like made it feel so magical. The world you can get lost in, the characters are cool. I just really like everything with like the pacing in general. There wasn't a single point in that entire game where I was like, I don't think this was worth $60. Jam-packed with content, and honestly, like one of the last heartfelt Pokemon games in my opinion. I just really feel like Gen 2 captured the heart and soul of what Pokemon was supposed to be. Pun intended.